Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and my name is Muhammad Zaid bin Bahtiar. My number matric is CE240131, and this is our group project presentation for our report. Is we need to design a fourth order bandpass active filter using operational amplifier. Um, this is our group is group 9, and my other group member is Pavitran and Osman. Alright, for introduction is electronic circuit analysis and design are fundamental in developing modern electronic system. This project is focused on the design and simulation of a fourth order active bandpass filter using a 741 operational amplifier. The filter is designed to achieve a mid gain of 16. A low cut-off frequency is 7 kHz and a high cut-off frequency of 15 kHz. The circuit combines a resistor, capacitor, and operational amplifier to selectively amplify signal within the desired frequency range while attenuating unwanted frequency. Active bandpass filters are widely used in communication, signal processing, and instrumentation system due to their flexibility, stability, and reliable performance. So, this is the theory of our fourth order bandpass filter. The design circuit is a fourth order Butterworth bandpass active filter. It is constructed by cascading a fourth order high pass filter which overpower the lower cutoff frequency with a fourth order low pass filter which establish the upper cutoff frequency. Because it is a fourth order design, both the high pass and low pass transition band exhibit a steep roll off mode down rate of positive and minus 18 dB per decade. To achieve this, the circuit utilized a 4 dynamic second order silent key operational amplifier, stage 2 for the high pass section and 2 for the low pass section, followed by a fifth non-inverting amplifier stage to reach the target overall system gain. So in our fourth order design is our desired gain is 35.56 dB, but when we need to put one more because if we use only four bandpass filter, if we only have four operational amplifier, we don't get the desired frequency that we want. So we put the another one, the fifth operational amplifier. This is the non-inverting, so it can boost our gain to our desired target. So this is a Butterworth response. Butterworth response is a technique that we can get a really maximally flat passband characteristic. So in the waveform we can get a, a high pass and low pass that combine together, so it actually like a band pass filter. So the Butterworth response is chosen because it provides a maximally flat passband characteristic with no ripple. Or ripple is mean there is no noise or distortion in the frequency response. So if no ripple, which mean it a very smooth transmission. For example, if you want to send some data to other device, so it very smooth, no noise, no distortion. So this feature ensure a smooth and stable signal transmission. As I say, it offer a stable signal transmission, so we can hear very clear voice to other people. So within the desired frequency range, due to its predictable performance and easy of implementation. So the Butterworth filter is widely used in communication system, instrumentation, processing, and signal conditioning application. So as you can see, this is our filter specification. So the total voltage gain AV is 16 unitless, and then for the lower cutoff frequency is 7 kilohertz, and the upper cutoff frequency FH is 15 kilohertz, and the bandwidth of the filter is determined using. So if you can see, we can know the bandwidth. The bandwidth is like the range. So we can change the frequency range between 7 kilohertz until 15 kilohertz. That's mean a bandwidth. So you can find any range from 7 kilohertz until 15 kilohertz. That's what we call a bandwidth. So the desired circuit is verified using Proteus simulation software. The simulated frequency response is compared with the theoretical calculation to evaluate the accuracy of the design. So our next member is Pavitran will explain how how he calculate all the calculation, and then the circuit diagram. Also, he will explain the frequency response graph.
So, hi doctor, my name is Pavitran son of Satyasidan, and my matrix ID is CE24003 and now we are going to look at our progress. So the slide is showing about the manual calculation. So here we go. I will be explaining the manual calculation for our group. So as we can see for the earlier session of this project, we got assigned by the doctor, which is we have few readings for each and every group. We have three different values. So for our group, we got gain 60, so we have to reach that value. So as we can see, for the first, we can see here, so filter specification, low cutoff frequency is 7 kilohertz, high cutoff frequency 50 kilohertz, and gain is 60 unitless. So these three readings I was telling about just now. So the process of finding this specification, okay, so as we can see, for the first thing first, lower frequency and higher frequency, FH and FL lah. So for that we have to use 1/2 pi RC. Okay, so as you can see here, for the second we have to find center frequency FO, so which is square root of FL and FH, which were we find before this. Okay, after that bandwidth, okay, so FH minus FL, okay, and then the quality factor, which is FO divided by bandwidth. Okay, so the center frequency divided by bandwidth. So first thing first, we have to find the higher pass filter. Okay, so the R is given, we have set for 40 kilo ohm. Okay, so and then just do that. Okay, we get 568.411 picofarad. Okay, so for low pass filter, the same formula. Okay, so we got 795.775 picofarad. Okay, so the next is center frequency. Center frequency we got 18.71 kilohertz. Okay, and then for bandwidth goes for 43 kilohertz. Okay, and then the quality factor is 0.43512. Alright, so as we can see here for gain, so 20 log A, that's the main formula for gain. Okay, so we got 35.563 dB decibel. Okay, and then the gain cutoff is 32.56. okay, the cutoff we should, it's mandatory. Okay, we should minus with 3. Okay, and then next we go for Butterworth polynomial output gain. Okay, so the n equals to 4 and then blah blah blah, we got 60. Okay, and then as we can see here, these are the Butterworth polynomial output gain. Okay, so we have to find the RF1 and then RF2. Okay. So next we will go for overall gain. So overall gain means the thing is we have to not locate actually. We have to combine all the how to say all the op-amp. Okay, how many op-amp we do use in our this one, I mean our circuit. So we have used 5 op-amp which we have shown the circuit before. Okay, sorry, so I will show the circuit after this. Okay, so we have used 5 op-amp in our circuit. Okay, so that means 5 is equal to 60. So we have used, so for the fifth, okay, A5 is equal to 9.0497. Okay, and the RF is 16.09954 kilo ohm. Okay, and then the last one is the frequency response graph. Okay, I will show our graph lately. Okay, so these are the thing. Okay, we will do the thing. Okay, thank you. So back to our circuit diagram. Okay, so this is our circuit designation. As you can see, we have used 5 op-amp in our circuit. Okay, so this is the overview of our circuit. As you can see here, we have used the cell, the resistor, and then also the op-amps. We have used, like, how to say, not different kind of op-amps actually. There are exactly how to say, sometimes you have to use different types of op-amp, not actually different. The one is sometimes vary the values, right? So we have used this one. Okay, as you can see here, we have used the capacitor, then all. Okay, we have used few. Okay, so that to how to say, to make one complete cycle of the op-amp, I mean the circuit, we have to use the capacitor. Okay, input, capacitor, resistor, and then op-amp in the middle. So below we have to place the resistor, which is the constant. Okay, so below constant, for the how to say, it will conjugate to the other circuit. So and then the below resistor constant, the constant resistor will be connected to the ground, not actually constant, the circuit will connected to the ground. Okay, so these are the for the circuits. Okay, and from the circuit, from the calculation, so we get the frequency response graph. Okay, as we can see here, this is our graph. And then we actually successfully made it. Okay, so we get the value. Okay, as we can see here, for the previous one we got, like, how to say, cat's head got like this, so that's a mistake. Okay, so the previous one we have corrected, so this time we got the right mountain shape. Okay, so that's the right one. Okay, as you can see here, if we zoom in, okay, so in the this one graph, we got the how to say, the top one. Okay, the peak. Okay, the peak we got 35.56 dB. Okay, so we have calculated that, sorry, we have measured the graph. Okay, and then if we minus that, we will get around 32, like that. So it's a mandatory. Okay, and then that's for the graph. Even though, like, not even though, actually, that's the thing, we have achieved our how to say, margin. Okay, that's what our lecturer, our doctor, have given. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Usman Hamdan Adam Muhammad. My matric number BE30403. In this video, we'll talk about discussion. The simulation result confirms the designed for order, better, worse, active band pass filter operated successfully and made the mean designed requirement. The simulated gain was approximately 35.56 dB, which is very close to theoretical value of 35.563 dB. The filter passed the request frequency range and non-want frequency outside the pass band. A small difference in the cut-off and center frequency may be due to compound recording tolerance effect and non-ideal operating amplifier behavior. Overall, the circuit performance was close to theoretical design and can be considered successfully. Okay, in conclusion, the fourth order active band pass filter was successfully designed and simulated according to request specifications. The circuit achieved the request gain of approximately 35.56 dB and allowed frequency between 7 kHz and 15 kHz to pass while attaining frequency outside this range. The result confirms that the high pass and low pass section operated correctly and produced the accepted band pass response. Minor difference between theory and simulation are acceptable because they mainly result from compound rounding Tolonius effect and the non-ideal behavior of the LM741 operating amplifier. Overall, the project successfully demonstrated the design and operation of an active band pass filter. Okay, thank you for time and watching. Thank you.